On today's video, I'm gonna share with you how I got completely ripped off in Italy. Now the funny thing is that I learned a lot, and I wanna share my experience with you, because even though I did eat some pasta, and I was completely ripped off, I also decided to have some steaks. And oh boy, did I learn a lot. That is coming up right now, because if there's one thing Italy is beautiful. Every city is nicer than the other. When you move from Rome to Naples, it's a completely different place. The same can be said from Florence to Alberobello, which is one of the most unique places I've ever been to in my life. The architecture here is just crazy, and it is a beautiful city, which is the home of Trulli, which are these unique houses that you see. This place is full of hills, and believe me, when you go through it, you get hungry. And the restaurant I found there had something I'm very familiar with. So we decided to go ahead and have some lunch.
So we are currently in Alberobello in Italy. This location is well known for their special houses. It is beautiful. It's a sight to see. The rooftops of the houses are crazy, everybody. I've never seen anything like it. We got a little hungry. We found this restaurant. It looks pretty interesting because all of the other restaurants, they were actually closing up shop. But I got lucky because when I took a look at the menu, they had some Wagyu here. I had no idea. So I went ahead and ordered a Wagyu. I also ordered a lobster pasta. My wife ordered the orecchiette with turnips. It's gonna be a green pasta.
Let's see.
We got a lobster pasta right here. I will say that this pasta looks incredible. So we're gonna give this a go. Cheers. Spaghetti is cooked al dente, which I like. Little pieces of shrimp right here. Definitely gonna get inside of that lobster. Check that out. I'm wondering if they're gonna get really upset if I order Parmesan cheese. Should I order?
No?
My wife said no because they look very serious here. So I don't want to offend any Italian. I thought this was going to be orecchiette. It's just tomatoes. Oh, no, wow. The pasta is not that great, I'll be honest. But this tomato is in a whole nother level.
Here, the biggest issue I had with this pasta. Number one, it was lacking seasoning. And maybe the worst one of them all is that the seafood was overcooked. Because the ingredients are so fresh in Italy, the tomatoes made it not that bad. But even though this was okay, as the next thing I decided to order was the Wagyu. And remember what they stated in the menu, an A5 Wagyu. So this thing had to be real good.
Oh wow, so the Wagyu has just arrived. I can tell immediately a few things. The mashed potatoes seems to be quite runny, but the Wagyu is right there. It doesn't look like A5. I think I'm getting ripped off in Italy right now. Let's see. No, the fact that they're calling this Wagyu A5 is a disgrace. Okay. So, that was not the best restaurant. I will say, the location is beautiful, everybody, but it does seem like a tourist trap, and they're treating you like one. Number one, that was not a Wagyu steak. It's not even a Wagyu A1, which is the lowest grading there is. Not only was it not fatty enough, it didn't have the flavor, it wasn't tender. They still kept the silver skin and have the silver skin there for you to eat it. But I'll be honest with you, the pasta wasn't great. My wife didn't eat all of her food either. We are still hungry, and we gotta look for some more food. On top of that, the bill was 95 euros. But this location is beautiful. That's that restaurant review. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it's shit.
Here's something to remember whenever you see Japanese Wagyu A5 on the menu. This is a marketing strategy most restaurants use. A Japanese Wagyu A5 would never look something like this, especially given to you with silver skin, and you can clearly see that it's not as fatty as it's supposed to be. When in Italy, don't order a Japanese steak. Try to get something more traditional, like bistecca florentina, which is what they're known for. However, on my next stop, I was shocked to see certain things.
You can see all the meat hanging out, completely unrefrigerated. That right there is not a good sign. This man just came out of the restroom and went ahead and started carving meat immediately. I'm quite picky where I have my meat, everybody, and safety is your number one priority. And if things are not refrigerated, bacteria can grow. It's not a good sign. Zero sanitation. And it's definitely somewhere I would not buy meat at all. This is horrendous.
Be aware of these locations, everybody. Meat should always be refrigerated. If not, bacteria can grow quite quickly. So I would definitely not order meat from there. But even though we're talking about meat, Italy is known for pasta. And there's one thing that I was really looking forward to. And you've probably seen this being done many times, which is to cook the pasta inside of a cheese wheel. However, little did I know that this was going to be another tourist trap that I was attracted to. And the first sign was this: them having a lady in front of the restaurant making the pasta fresh for you. This is not a good sign, so definitely keep an eye on for that. But as soon as I walked into this restaurant, I was ready to place an order and see if it was good or bad.
So they do have bistec alla fiorentina, but I already had that in several different restaurants. I want to try something different and just see how they cook it, if it's going to be different or not. I also order the Parmesan pasta where they cook it inside of the Parmesan wheel. I'm excited to try it. So this is bread that they brought over. It reminds me of punch cake. Hopefully it's going to be good. Oh, it's just fried dough, like fried pizza dough, everybody. Not the best. Here's the caprese salad. Seems like they put a generous amount of black pepper on the top over there. We have some fresh tomatoes. These tomatoes look incredible. Nothing crazy. This caprese salad is like whatever. Okay, so she's gonna do it right there. I see. She puts first, and then she flambés it. Now she scrapes it. Now she went inside to bring the pasta, and I think she's gonna bring it nice and hot and melt it together with the cheese. Oh, a generous amount of pasta in there. Oh, she's melting everything together, mixing the whole thing, and she goes ahead and places it up. The final product, nice and hot and ready to be tried. Oh yeah, it's good, creamy, kind of soupy. The pasta is freshly made for sure, as I saw them doing it on the front over there. I mean, it's nothing special. It's not like crazy delicious, life-changing, but it's a good one. And here's their take on lasagna. The ragu lasagna, very different than what I'm used to. I can feel the truffle oil. This lasagna is not good. And here we have the tortelloni. Inside there's spinach and ricotta. Oh wow, this is so bad. I don't understand why they put rabbit food inside of the pasta. This was a 0 out of 10. And the steak has arrived, everybody. This one is actually not cooked raw. It's actually medium rare, which I like. However, you can immediately tell that this crust just as I expected. It is not seasoned properly. The crust is not good. It is chewy. Give me a second, I gotta chew.
One eternity later.
Oof. If you want to get ripped off, everybody, this is the place for you. What a complete disappointment. Tourist trap. So that is the definition of a tourist trap. There's not one Italian person eating in there, and for good reason, everybody. It's all about that pasta show, making the pasta in the front of the shop so that it can lock you in to think that that's the most authentic way. They charge you an arm and a leg for it. They charge you a cover charge just for you to sit down on the table, to share a table. I didn't film people next to me, and you're not sitting it by yourself. It's actually a community table. There was more people. But not only that, the food is just average. You know, that rabbit food pasta that we order over there is just a complete nonsense. Terrible. The steak is just, what a disaster. The chewiest, unevenly cooked, improperly seasoned, worst steak I had in Italy. But that is how I got tricked on going to a tourist trap. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new, because I definitely did. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't fall for it like I did.